Hey, Spidey here. I recently attended a convention in Central Florida known as Megacon. It's pretty much that area's version of Megacon. It's a convention of all things pop culture, anime, video games, comic books, art, tabletop gaming, film, the works. And some of the people on the site were showing the stuff that they got, so I thought, hey, why not join the fray? Because I got a lot of interesting stuff that people might be interested in seeing. Plus, I haven't done an episode of World of Comics for the site, so this will be a really good relaunch of the show. So, let's start. I've been trying to make my car pop culture really hip. I have a flying spaghetti monster emblem on the front. On the back. I have a Spidey symbol, the ultimate one, on the hood of my car. The inside interior has been Deadpool-alized, I guess. I've just made up a word, so hurrah. Yeah, it's like red and black. Same thing with the steering wheel. So they had a lot of decals there, cheaper, and I didn't have to wait. So I got Pokemon one. I'll be putting this on the back side of my window. Yeah, I think so, like on the rear window. So we'll do that. I got a bunch of comic books signed. Not as much as Storm Sync, because it was me, Storm Sync, so his friends, the lovely lady Storm Sync, the drunk Filmmaster Adam was there. I had a couple of personal friends. We all attended the con together, and he got a shitload of artwork and stuff. So I mean, I suppose he had a hell of a time. And I got stuff too, but I mean, compared to Storm's, man, holy shit. But yeah, let's get started. So Uncanny X-Men, signed by Tim Townsend, right? Yeah, there you go. So you can see it. Bam, and got it, certified. Huzzah. This pretty much chronicles the aftermath of AVX and the X-Men side, and Cyclops' redemption that he's seeking, because he was the one. Spoiler alert. 5, 4, 2, 1. There you go. Because he became the Phoenix Force and was trying to fuck up everybody and completely went insane. So he wants redemption for that. The artistry is really cool. Tim Townsend is a cool guy. And, yep, that'll do all. He's usually at the conventions anyway. It's not too difficult to get his signature. Next is Greg Horn, Elektra, #1. Let's see. There's his signature right there. Original, certified. An old book, there are respectable amounts, so getting the book isn't too hard. Finding Greg Horn could be, because he doesn't attend a lot of the cons, because I've gone to like several cons in this area, and this is the first time I've seen Greg Horn. Same thing for his Emma Frost. Again, original, not too hard to find, first printing. His signature, certified. So yeah, there's another one of his. I know a couple of friends who got a lot of cool and retro style artwork from him that he was selling over there. So yeah, I'm not particularly too crazy on Greg Horn stuff, or necessarily Emma Frost. I know Storms loves Emma Frost's character in the stories. I'm more about collecting, #1s. That's my kind of thing. You can see on my wall. You can't see on the top, but there are actually a lot more. Goal that I'm working on is getting all of the #1 Spider-Mans. So I mean, we have Ultimate. That's just a Townsend piece of artwork that I have. That's Amazing #1. Superior #1 is actually up there, and so on and so forth. And I have Web of Spider-Man #1. I'll show that later. But that's my whole thing. But I saw them. They were easy to get, and they were moderate to get, but my whole thing was that those artists were going to be there, so I was just collecting the stuff, the original first printings that I could get my hands on for the artists that were going to be there. But my main attraction for the event was Mark Bagley, who was the artist for the initial run of Ultimate Spider-Man. Mark Bagley, who worked with Brian Michael Bendis. And of course, can't really get my hands on the old stuff right now. For that event, but he did return to do the Death of Spider-Man for Ultimate Spider-Man, for Ultimate Comic Spider-Man. So I got my hands on 2 copies of the book, the original and the variant, and I got him to sign it and document it. So it was like really cool. Here's the first one. It was an honor to meet him too. I don't know if you can see the signature, but it should be somewhere around here. Yeah, documented right there. He was really cool. Real laid back guy. When he left DC temporarily, Stuart Immonen took over for Ultimate Spider-Man, and I just hate the dude's artwork. Like, Bagley is just so fluid and his stuff is so beautiful, and I kind of like almost felt that it was insulting, right? It was such a downgrade, but you know, Bagley, I told Bagley this, you know, myself in front of him, and you know, always the gentleman, you know, respected the artwork of Immonen, and you know, said that he was a good guy, which you know I can understand. Just he's real class act. Here's the variant. So you know, you see his signature. Bam, and then you know, documented. Before I show the highlight of you know, my collection, I have a problem with like CGC. They're the grading company that was there. So when I got in, right, I was there before the doors opened at the convention, and you know, I just ran up, and CGC's booth was right next to Mark Bagley's, and all the artists really. They were like within seeing distance, right? So I get my comic book signed, right? I even get like a picture showing that he signed it, right? And I go up to CGC because I want them to document it, right? Maybe even seal it. And they would not, oh, they would do it, but they would not acknowledge the signature because somebody has to be right there. So what the fuck? Like that was my whole thing. You know, I told them, hey, I signed it. I'm the dude. I'm the only dude in the line dressed as Red from the Pokemon games with fucking Pikachu on my shoulder, right? I'm pretty sure he could come and, you know, say, hey, I did sign that, right? And you know, going back to talk to Bagley himself, yeah, he was, but CGC, it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough that the artist can tell you that yes, he signed that book. It wasn't good enough that he was next to you. There was another documenting company that could certify it for you, and their criteria is like they were near, so they could see. They had a list of all the artists, right, and the criteria and their books, right. So you have to basically bring the book, right. They double check it, and they give you a certificate to verify that it is what it is and that it is legit, right? So I really don't get the stinginess of CGC. I could understand, you know, if I came there with a signature from an artist who was not, or a writer who was not there, or just somebody, whatever, somebody who was not there, right? And then, I mean, they're willing to grade the book, but they won't acknowledge, you know, the signature as legit. They'll like deduct points off of it, right? And kind of mark it as something bad, like somebody just scribbled on it. And I can understand that if it was a signature from somebody who wasn't going to be there. But if it's from somebody who's there and that person is right next to your booth, I'm talking about like 3 steps away, I don't understand, right? I mean, they saw me. It's just stupid. I mean, I'm kind of complaining about it because, yeah, my certifications are fine, but it's like when people talk about certifying comics and getting it examined, they usually think about CGC, so it's really silly. But, yeah, my last piece that I got there was a poster. There was this company that deals in memorabilia and signed swag posters and all kinds of crap. I do remember the Mexican from, as you guys know, Ricardo, from ITR, the In the Ring Wrestling podcast, mentioned that he saw a commercial for something like this, and I was a little bit, you know, suspicious of it, like, I don't know, man. But then seeing is believing. When you actually go there, these guys are legit. And I just saw all kinds of stuff. It was me and Adam J of Filmmaster Reviews, and we were there. And we were just looking at all kinds of ridiculous stuff. And then I saw this like Army of Darkness poster, like, you know, with Ash and Jason. He's like, yeah, groovy, baby. And it was just signed by Bruce Campbell, which, you know, that's cool and everything. But my whole thing was just like, you know, I can buy a brand new duplicate poster and find him at some convention and get it signed for much cheaper. It wasn't worth the value. I saw other ones, you know, Evil Dead and Dead by Dawn, right? But again, it was just Bruce. If it had Ivan and Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell on it, like, you know, multiple signatures, I definitely would have got it or felt that it was definitely justified. Not only is the poster legit and retro and documented, but it's signed by all these cool guys. But it was just a single signature. Then Adam saw a Serenity poster signed by the entire cast, and he swore to his willpower that he would not get anything in that booth. But when he saw that, because he was playing devil's advocate with me, I was looking at all this stuff, and he's just like, on my shoulder, do it, do it, do it, buy this, embrace the evil. You know you want it. Screw your funds. And it was so annoying. But then when I saw that one, it was just bam, the other way around. Buy it. You know you want to. And I think that poster was like $215 or something like that. He saw two Summer Glau ones, who's from Serenity and Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. And I guess he settled on one that was just her, because it was like $50. But the one that I saw in the end that won, I saw an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and it was like dual. It was like $65, and it had his signature, and the picture was him without the mask, and then him, with the mask and the full suit. But my thing was that in comparison to the poster that I'm about to show, it just wasn't as rare. And especially that with the Amazing Spider-Man coming out next year, I could just go to the con and rest assured, if that company is there, or if there's any material for that movie and him, there'll probably be more, because he's probably out signing more stuff, because the movie's out. So I could secure myself one of those next year. I can't secure what I'm about to show. Everybody knows that follows me that I am a big VSQ fan, and I love Kevin Smith and the Smodcast family. So check it out. Dun, 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 dun. I'll just, I might have a song played in the background. Fuck it. But, see if you can see the signatures. So, I was like hugging this, and there's the certification. I don't know if you can see, but it is legit. The poster, is even faded from '93, the release of the movie. It is signed by Jay Muse, Brian O'Halloran, Kevin Smith, and I cannot say that chick's name. Marilyn. You know what, the girl that sucked 37 dicks? Yeah, it's signed essentially by the entire cast except for Randall, which I wish he was the best character. But yeah, fully signed poster, man. You dropped a good chunk of change for this one, but this one is cool. Like I said, I love Kevin Smith. I love everything, almost everything he does. I have yet to hate anything that he has directed. Jersey Girl's not really as bad as people make it seem to be, but it's most definitely not his strongest film. But yeah, last thing I want to show, just give me a second. This is unrelated to the con, but since I was talking about collecting Spider-Man #1s, and this is the Return of the Comic series, my latest acquisition is a Web of Spider-Man #1 on original CG Seed, documented already. And check it out with a nice grade. Usually I have StormSync basically check through comics that I buy that are like old and rare, just so I can make sure that they are legit. So it's like I'm his lawyer for stuff that he can't handle, essentially, lawyer, and he handles comic books for me. So yeah, this will be going on my wall when I finish this. I'm gonna get the Tesseract edition of the Avengers, so this is gonna be completely, all decked the hell out and different. So yeah, that was the comic book. That's my Megacon haul, and I look forward to more comic book videos and material from the site. Till next time.